Hey there, fellow hunters and miners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn. Episode 39, Visiting the Wilderness. He just has to do corners. It's like a must. Just to piss me off. It's pretty funny. Well, that took a while. Alright, so we're loading up the grav shuttle so that we can go trade. Who is in the worst mood? -6, -8. Well, you can't. -8, -18, but you're already counseled. So I'm going to cancel Icy. Increase by 8. His social skills are so high that I can just like keep doing that. It's fine. Grav shuttle is ready to go. So Lisk, you're out. Launch. Visit. Trade. What, So I kind of wanted to buy steel because it's really tough to mine a meaningful amount in a reasonable amount of time without Lisk, like, going crazy with the amount of work that he has to put in. And I'll also buy the lances. And that works for me. Maybe I'll buy beer as well. That should help with mood. Buy the soother. A good shopping trip. Except... And no, I don't want a non... He's a base. I could have bought tea, bought beer. I think tea is a little easier to source, only because wild psychoid is a thing that happens. I've never seen wild hops. Maybe it's a thing, but I've never seen it. I guess they didn't want grab light panels, but whatever. I feel pretty good about that trade. What are you doing, Lisk? Seriously? What is this nonsense? Unstable branch. Why are you so unstable? I mean, I think I know the answer to that, but he's just... He has quite the way of mining the wrong things. Don't quests offer Starjacks to join? They could. You know, I actually didn't even look at the slaves that were for sale at the end of Odyssey Stone. But I think it's possible to get Starjacks through slave trading. Generally, the people that ask for help... Well, I'll put it this way. No one that has asked for help so far has been Starjacked. So I'm happy to help them. You know, I would capture them. I would buy them as slaves. I would rescue them. I don't care what it is, but I just haven't been given the opportunity. Oh, this heat wave is hot. I'm glad our gear protects us pretty well. You know, 54C, 53, 56, 53. Yeah, so we don't really need to worry about that. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to collect a whole bunch of wood for the heat wave. And the base is pretty hot. It's worse in the bedroom that is vent, which is bad for the baby, so I'm gonna release that vent. So it's hot, but it's not like child's in danger hot. You love Lisk's malicious compliance of mining? Yeah, it's pretty malicious. Must say. Every time I check in with him, he's like mining stupid corners. So Rylus is trying to finish the cataphract research so that we can get a cataphract helmet on everybody. I am actually relatively surprised there are even animals that want to brave the heat wave, but I think the heat wave is about to go away because it's negative. It's 28°C, so it's probably about to resolve. And now Lisk is just going to be tasked with like chopping down the entire forest so that we can turn that to chem fuel. And I need to get rid of high priority hauling because it keeps chopping and returning and chopping and returning. So, now that I finally have some uranium, another big thing is to get slugs in the front. I'm going to do the front first and then eventually get around to doing the whole ship. But so that there's one area of the ship that is just like an ungodly amount of firepower. So that if I have to point it to a threat, it's fine. And yeah, it's no surprise I'm letting the waste make a huge amount of horribleness in the center of this map tile, so I'm just going to avoid there. Not my problem. I'm going to pretend I didn't see it. While I'm here, I might as well incorporate the reload portals, doors, and forbid them as well. It will make Rylus's bed super weird. I think, to that end, I'm going to square up these so they don't look stupid. Actually, I'm not. It's going to look stupid. I'm okay with stupid. The reason is there's better firing angles. Where did the waste come from? A quest. We accepted the toxin dump. Which is the uranium we're putting into the slug turrets now. I think I'm going to actually set up a drug policy for once. Now that I have like a decent amount of booze. Every 2 days, only if mood is, let's say, below 35%. So it's like, don't drink. But like, if you absolutely have to avoid mental breaks. I think that's reasonable. So our chem tanks are still pretty bad. Still waiting on some extra fuel. But they're getting there. So the next hop is, let's actually check our max range. See how far we can go. So max jump does not get us to the bounty. So maybe we try to just cross the ocean on next jump, once we have a little bit more chem fuel. And then refill up again, and jump again. But this oak, or poplar, I think it was an oak. What was the tile conditions? I think it was an oak zone. Yeah, has a lot of wood. So hopefully we'll be able to just chop a ton of wood with Lisk and max out our chem fuel. How close is Mike's? Oh, pretty close. So, yeah, you are getting there to 3 years old. Awesome. I wonder, is focus going to be useful for Lisk? It might not last long enough to really be helpful, because it only lasts like an hour. So it does help him to cut down trees, but it's like, one focus gives him like 5 trees. Yeah, it's not like a work drive. Focus is better for like hitting focus right before we have to kill like wasp traps or something. The other thing I said I wanted to do, and I've since sort of forgotten, is a much better crib. Because the quality of the crib affects like the happiness of the kid. So if we could crank out like an awesome crib, that would help to keep the kid happy. So we'll keep the excellent one, but I'm gonna try for masterwork because I think it will make a big difference. And wood is very easy to source when you're surrounded by trees. Nope, you're also a baseliner. Come on, game. Do better. I can't believe Rylus has been... There he goes. Oh my god, that was long. Alright, Mike, you should be in this one. So, if you see good crib +2. And we'll see the improvement with a excellent. And if we can manage a masterwork, that would be fantastic. How many doors did I just queue up? 8. So that's 200 of the uranium left. Okay. I'll roll with that. Alright, so here's Mike in a better one, +4. Not a big difference, but it should help a little bit. Oh, there we go, masterwork. That's what I'm talking about. And the art on this bad boy, a Lisk with white. With white what? I feel like that's not a complete sentence. Alright, so now in a masterwork, +6. And that'll help. Hey, Rusty. Thank you for the resub. We'll have to refit all these doors once they're built. This is so that we can repair and reload while up in space when we don't have like pathing for it. It does make the ship look a little weird, but function over form sometimes. So, I've got a little bit more uranium. We'll do one there, one there. And that will be all the uranium I really have left. Meaning that I don't have a lot of uranium for reloading the slugs. So hopefully we'll find a uranium zone in next hop, if possible. Checking on chem fuel. We're about halfway refueled, I would say. Oh, that needs to be white too. How much more do I have? Am I out? I think I'm out. So I don't even think I have dye for that last door. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh, Gideon. So luckily the storyteller hasn't really pushed me off this map tile in a while. But we got a lot of front-facing guns. I mean, and then to make, which is one thing that's even better is not only do we have a lot of front-facing guns, but we have a lot of good shield coverage. So the back turret row does not have shields, or won't have access to shields, but I think that's fine. I know I'm jinxing it. I know. So I was hoping to put slugs here, but I definitely don't have the uranium for that. So the other plan is to put autocannon there, autocannon here, and autocannon there. And I want to build this autocannon before I leave, which means mining up at least a little steel before I leave. Our chem tank, we need... So the shuttle needs a little... So we're about 750 chem fuel away. And we have a lot more hops before we get to the hunt for jet, which is 22 days away. We should make that threshold. I don't see that we miss it necessarily, but we need to be productive. Ooh, exotics trader. And I stupidly have that thing installed. I am so bad at getting rid of that. So I think this exotic goods trader will allow me to part with the grav panels, because we have way more grav panels than I really need, and it just takes up a lot of room. Bar skip is a 5. I guess another shock lance? Could never hurt. So once we have 350 steel ready to go, this autocannon turret gets built. And then we have some good symmetry for our ship. I still have about 74 tiles left. Some of the front turrets won't be able to benefit from barricades, but we do have a lot of area around the ship that could still benefit from barricades. And there it is. Awesome. So I'll probably mine up the rest of this steel and keep going for the chem fuel before we jump. So that one's full. This one's a little over half, and then the shuttle is a little over half. And there we go. Dude became a child. Wait, how is... He lost his name? That seems like a bug. Mike became dude. No, you're still Mike. Okay. Well, Mikey, we'll focus on your training. Wear a vac helmet. Wear that jumper we made you, or whatever. Parka. I'll also make you a jumper. Romper, whatever it's called. Out of heavy fur. And then we will try to keep you as trained as possible. I'm not going to zone restrict you. So you have floor drying. That's easy to fulfill. The other thing we're going to need is Mike is not going to be in a crib anymore. So I'm going to uninstall this because masterwork is kind of hard to come by. And for now... I don't know where to put Mike. I don't know why it didn't occur to me, like, hey, I need a bedroom. Shoot. That I do. I'll put the bedroom in here. It sucks, and I'll try to make it suck less soon. Alright, assignments. Mike, you are going to be given a new one, new policy. It just keeps pushing it to the bottom. Alright, that's fine. Copy. Starjack Kid. So Starjack Kid wears a vac helmet, a kid parka, and a kid romper, and a shield belt, which I don't currently have, but I can make one. There was an excellent bed in the shuttle, you're right. And it's right here. There was actually a bunch of excellent beds. So, Mike, you can't do constructing. Let's move that bed in. And it's a bedroom, so there's a slowdown time penalty, but like not a big deal. At least it's a somewhat impressive bedroom. There will be some disturbed sleep, but like, again, no big deal. Raid from Loig, Breachers. I think it's time to leave. Gideon and Rylus stand right here. And you're going to remain a colonist. I don't know why I had to specify that. Is in. Launch. So I didn't get all the chem fuel I needed, but it's enough chem fuel to get to the other side of the river, or ocean, whatever it's called. Muffalo habitat. That will work for me. Actually, is there psychoid anywhere here? Wild strawberries. Because if there's psychoid, I would love that. Have tea and beer. Just, that would help a lot of mood. Pollution around there is a bit too extreme for me to consider. No, I don't think so. So we'll go to the Muffalo habitat. Actually, I don't really need to. We'll just go as far as we can go. Because we're really after trees. We have a ship full of meat. I might want to put an ox pump in Mike's room. He is got a helmet on, so he's fine. Really, if you're a Starjack, and you have a vac helmet on, you're not going to have any problem with vacuum. Big question is there uranium here? There is. It's right there. All right, so I'm going to land next to the uranium. So the plan is to get as much uranium as I can, and then cut trees down. He saw his dad mining diagonally and went, dude. Yeah, that's low-key believable. That's how I feel. I love being able to just... I mean, it feels like cheating. Oh, there's an ancient danger! God, that really got nested at the edge of the map tile. That's strange. You don't usually see ADs and like embedded in the map tile like that. Need a kid zone? Nah, I don't think so. His temperature tolerance allows him to be outside, no problem. I wish the vac helmet was a little better. The risk of wearing using a worn out vac helmet like that is if it drops below the threshold, you there's a non-zero chance you just like take it off because it's tattered, and then if you're in space, that's deadly. But yeah, cataphract armor is done. Cool. Next research. Mortars wouldn't be terrible for the potential of being able to fire on stationary targets, but I think knowing that they're powerful, I'm still going to do like healing factors or something else like that. No, supercharge would be great if I had a lot more power. Beam weapons would be pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to do neural computation. Learning assistance would be pretty nice. Plant some tea and dyes? I don't know if I'm going to be here that long. Because I'm trying to get to this bounty within a reasonable amount of time. So I just want to like mine stuff, install guns, and go. It's still refuel, refood, more or less. Oh wow, the counseled last longer? How did... That seems like a bug. Usually the counseling for death lasts exactly as long as the remaining mood modifier for that death. But Gideon has somehow forgotten that his fiancé died. Which is weird. I mean, I'll take it. It benefits me, but that does seem like a bug. Starjacks are just too amazing at breaking things for me not to consider that a viable way to get steel. Because they seemed idle. Oh boy, there's a lot of steel here too. Okay. Alright. Sunblocker in 17 hours? Yeah, that's annoying. That's a kind of like a... Oh, time to leave. Alright, so I set it on a void zone. So that helps with the components. Mike, you learning? You've got floor drawing and lesson taking. So with, oh, right. I need to set you up. With childcare set as like 1, basically if he needs stuff, he gets stuff. Meaning like lessons and the like. So I shouldn't really have to change any of the priorities there. Before we leave... So, I think in this case, the sunblocker initiates in 11 hours, but probably it doesn't wake up then. When does it become active? And Acorn, you are a baseliner, so bye. I don't see a countdown. activator for everything. So maybe I'll be able to stay here as long as I avoid it. Before I leave, I'm going to be damn sure to open up the Ancient Danger for the potential of a heal serum or a red serum. Don't you worry about that. And Mike, you are officially the ship's cleaner. So here's lesson taking. Perfect. All right. So other things I wanted is more uranium turrets. We're going to put one there and one here. I'll just put the plan. And then we're also going to want one here and here. But we're going to need access door. Here and here first. Yep, so the sunblock are activated, but the mechs have no wake-up timer as long as we avoid standing there. Do we have an animal pulsar? I don't think we do. So if we don't have an animal pulsar, there isn't a good way to like kill them. So I'm just going to avoid them. I'm not really incentivized to fight them anyway. At least, the good news is Mike is on good terms with everyone in the colony. That was the other concern I had, was you know, being pissed and fighting children is like, I can totally see happening in this colony, given how little everyone likes one another. So I'm happy that that isn't the case in this instance. And what I'm hoping to do is to have Mike maybe train up in the ways of planting, because only Lisk can do it. So that would be great if he follows Papa's footsteps. We'll see. But Papa Lisk is also making a shield belt for him, so he can be protected. The other issue that we're going to run into, which has occurred to me, is because of the sun blocker, the trees will eventually die off, and they're certainly not going to grow. So I'm only going to mine that one node of uranium, and then I'm going to focus on cutting down the trees, because the trees will, given enough time, die from not harvested. And then this is the spare vac helmet, so that he doesn't just like strip his helmet off. So neural comp got done. Let's do healing factors. So the shield belt isn't so that he can tank. It's so that he doesn't become randomly shot by like a turret or something. I don't intend to have child soldiers in this run. That's too gloomy even for me. I'm a little tempted to rely on meat for chem fuel, but I think I'm going to hold off because I think it's not worth it. All right. So, for instance, he has like nature running. Sweet. And he's filling up his lessons. So what's really important is that we focus on his growth tiers. RimWorld 1.6 increased the bonuses that you can get from like maxing growth tiers, so it's really worth doing if you can focus on it. You can get a very amazingly high passions if you don't ignore it. So that's the last uranium that we'll get for now, and then the rest will be trees for chem fuel. I don't even think I'm necessarily going to build the new turrets because I'd like the uranium and steel held for reloading. Because having a bunch of empty turrets protects no one. Okay. We shouldn't have anyone idle. There should still be things to hunt. Children are by far the best way to get good colonists. I agree, as long as you lessen terrain. Because being able to pick your own traits and pick your own passions is amazing. Is there a good spot? Increased animal life, wild cotton. If there's a good spot, like as a small hop to the east, I'd consider it. Just so that we can get away from this sun-blocked, mech clustered nonsense. I'm not seeing a lovely zone that has like psychoid or something nice. Like increased plant life, wild cotton, but nothing really calling to me. Strawberries. Marshy's gross. Oh, there's psychoid right there. Let's go right there. So it's just at the tip of the pollution zone. Okay, so we'll get a little bit more chem fuel before we hop, but at least we have a zone to go. So I don't need to leave here just yet, but we know where we're headed to next, which is should be just below the bounty. Is it worth tapping the ancient danger before we leave? Oh, yes, absolutely. I intend to. But because we're not immediately getting pressured from, like, raids, I figure I might as well just spend the time getting some wood. Ooh, that works too. I keep leaving the orbital trade beacon installed. Oh my god, every time I check, I'm like, man, I was stupid. The reason why it's stupid, just to make sure that you guys know, is if you leave it installed, it means that it can be targeted by pod drop raiders, meaning that pod drop raiders could land directly in the middle of your base. So it's just like a bad idea to have it installed, because you're kind of asking for trouble. Oh my god. Wow, that would be awesome if we just bought a bunch of psychoid leaves. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So that I don't actually need to worry about going to the psychoid place. Because, why bother? Cut that whole trip out. So the beds I'll sell. Uranium Dark Light Brazier, that's interesting. We're buying 400 psychoid leaves. I'll sell the heavy fur. Yeah. All right, kitchen. We're going to need to accommodate. So I could leaves, should be allowed in here. And we are going to need to quickly research how the hell to make tea. Uninstalling the beacon, because, well, you know, I've been streaming for 11 hours, so I have at least a little bit of excuse of my brain's a little numb. With all the animals in there, I feel pretty good about the amount of meat that we have available to us, which is great. So we just need to... I'm going to high priority haul everything, because I don't... like, the leaves are getting wrecked real fast. But we'll research how... Wow, the tea research did not take very long. We're basically done. That's what you get for a super sterile laboratory full of books. Blink and it's done. Come on, guys, move the leaves. The leaves managed to lose 11 hit points, just like... or 12, 13... Yeah, you can see why I high priority hauled them. Cycle brewing's done. Sweet. All right, back to heal factor. So with that's the vac helmet, right? Make tea forever. The other thing that I think would be wise for me to have is like a tea shelf and a beer shelf, because I don't have those yet. Right next to the pilot console, because why the hell not? Too bad, yeah, it's too bad the signal jamming doesn't help with the with pod operators. Additionally, the tooltip of the grav shield generators says it's useful for blocking like projectiles or whatever, but it does nothing for pod operators. So if you think it does, it doesn't. Unfortunately. All right, so how's the chem fuel? Almost full, 1 tank. Yeah, all right, we'll just keep cutting trees. Actually, you know what? Cutting trees in the dark is kind of gloomy. Pun unintended. So I think we just like wrap up the vac helmet and go. This zone isn't all that compelling. What next? Long blades, maybe? That'll be a quick one. It would be really cool if you could actually block them. Yeah, I 100% agree. I wish you could block pod operators without having to rely on a mountain base, because, you know, mountain bases don't work so well with a grav ship. It's one or the other, but not both. All right, so let's jump to next hop. That's weird. Icy was standing on this corner and it was viable. That's a wild ride. We don't need to go that hard. That's a little scary. So we could... No, we don't quite have the fuel for the bounty. So we'll just hop out here. Increase animal life, that works. That'll be good for hunting. And I think I'm going to use meat for chem fuel as well. Supplemented afterward, so that we're just chemming up a lot. Oh, crap, the engine danger. Well, I saw the highlighted message. I totally forgot. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Starjacks.